We're now in public hearing. Did you have a question specifically?
Yes, I had heard that there was going to be a closure of State Street, and of course, being right next to it, I never even realized. But anyway, I just wondered, what the reason was for closing State Street and the 200 block, if it's going to be the whole section, or
It's actually it's an unimproved area. It's just a grassy area. There's no actual street being closed. It was just marked out for street, just a grassy area. I'll read the city manager's note here. It says there has been a request to close the unimproved portion of State Street, which will allow the adjoining property owner to construct either a multifamily or single-family residence. Currently, the residence located in Lot 4 and 5 of the block will be torn down as part of the construction plans. So basically, they got a dilapidated building and they want to build something larger. And because of that, the land is just kind of small, and they'd like to close the state. By doing that, they would get the right-of-way up to about the middle where the street normally would. They'd own that, and then the other owner, which is the city, would get the other side. So.
Yeah. So you were saying, and I know on my end of it, it's mostly railroad track, and from what I've seen on the book that I have, on the section there by High Street, because the railroad comes out so far on toward that, there's not much in there, when the city mows the railroad property, and you got just a little pie-shaped piece in there of the State Street, right, Larry?
Yes.
So I just wondered why they used the word close instead of vacate.
I didn't think it was.
Okay, because I know if you vacate a street, you go all the way through, whether if Hartsock still owns, on the other side there, that big lot that is full of crap, that you have to mow. And then over there on us, and I realized by looking at my plat thing or my papers that there's not as much railroad tying up north of the alley, that runs behind Lashbrook and, the alley. So I was just wondering what was going on and if something, had occurred. When people start bringing cameras in from, Channel 3, looking at some of the houses, and then they go with WAN-TV and bring in another camera and looking at some of the housing over on Richardson Street and stuff. And then I know the one on Allen Street, was looking kind of shabby with no mowing and the garage and everything. So I think you've answered all my questions. So apparently you are going to let the person have half of State Street, and then
when we vacate or close that, they get it by default goes to the owner of that property. Yeah. So yes, they would get that. And they're going to clean up it's a blessing. They're going to clean up that property and then put a much larger, nicer home. So hopefully, though they haven't made the decision or given it to us, but it said possibly a multi-family home, so maybe some more units in the town.
I think that's good, and if they clean up, around in here, that's great.
Yeah.
That's about all I want to know, but I may listen to say what's going on, So you guys are TV, so I should listen to what's happening up here.
If anybody else has any questions or comments, feel free.
computer generated. Let's update your Google.
Where? This one here. Is this anybody in? Yes.
The big book.
That is a big book.
We're in public hearing right now. Is it on this one?
Pat, that book's laying up there in case anybody from the public wanted to look at it. You don't need to leave it later if it's in your way.
Give 2 more minutes on the public hearing. Back up.
Trying to say something? I feel you.
Probably making that.